set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold.
What's up, creators? It's your boy, Mad Mike. And on today's episode, we got a good one for you. We're gonna be spray painting our 2004 Subaru WRX with some Rustoleum spray paint, doing a cool camo paint job. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned and check it out. Woo! Alrighty then, first things first, we got some Harleys, we got some motorcycles, e-bikes, lowrider bikes, bunch of stuff in the shop that we got to move out of the way so we don't get any overspray on these. So let's go ahead, pop up the garage door, get all the toys out of the shop, and I'll give you an overview of the 2004 Subaru WRX, and I'll go over all the paint I'll be using and materials to do this crazy camo paint job on the Subi. Got all the toys out of the shop. We're left with the Subi inside here. And outside, if you're new to the channel, we got some other crazy projects like this Ferrari 355 kit car. We got some muscle cars, bunch of cool stuff. So make sure to subscribe if you're new. But on today's episode, we're gonna be painting this 2004 Subaru WRX. It's not an STI. I just got the STI spoiler on there and some cool wheels. There's a bunch of rust on it, as you can see down there, underneath the mirrors. And the previous owner that I bought it off of, there was a bunch of rock chips over it, and it looks like they touched it up with like whiteout or nail polish or something. So we're gonna be doing this paint job on a budget. I think for all the spray cans that I bought, which we might not end up using all of them, it was about $140 Canadian. I'll show you the paint now that I'm gonna be using. So here's all the materials we're gonna be using today. We got some satin black, satin gray, some white. The fluorescent green is gonna be for some monster graphics that we're gonna be laying down onto the rear door / quarter panel areas. And then we got some bigger monster graphics that we're gonna be either throwing on the hood, over the fender, or maybe the back windows. The goal for this is to make it look kind of like a rally car. I'll throw up a rendering that I did here in Photoshop. Bam. So that's what the car is gonna look like, guys. We're gonna be doing black, gray camo and using the white as our base color. We're gonna be leaving the spoiler blue for now. Why? Because I'm too lazy to pull it off today and I just wanna get this job done. We could always paint it a different color at a later date. But again, this is just a quick and fun, easy paint job I wanna throw down on this car. Kind of make it look like a rally car. We got some lime green mud flaps here, and some other cool doodads that we can throw on it to make it look more like a rally car. We'll put some numbers on the windows. And yeah, that's the car. This is the paint. So step by step, I'll show you guys how to paint your car camo at home, DIY. All right guys, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my masking tape and I'm gonna lay out my graphics that I want my camo patterns to look like. So I'm gonna lay down the black, satin black Rustoleum spray paint first, and then we'll follow it up with the satin gray. But yeah, basically you just grab your masking tape, whatever masking tape you got, lay out your patterns, and then grab your wrapping paper or your masking paper and cover up the areas you don't want overspray to get onto. Just start scuffing it down with some sandpaper or whatever Scotch-Brite pads you have, just so that the paint can grip. And then go ahead and start spraying down your paint lightly, not to make sure you get any runs. Again, this is a cheap budget paint job we're doing. It's gonna be nothing fancy. I don't care if I do get overspray in areas. If you have a nice car and you wanna protect it, then do what you gotta do to protect it. Just scuff it down, spray it, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. So let's get after it.
But if I lay down
Alright creators, we got the car all masked up with our camo graphics. I just took some dollar store tape, masking tape. It's cheap. One thing to note is if you pick up a bunch of tape, double your order because you're always gonna run out of tape. And when you're in a job like this, you don't wanna run out of material. So always buy like double what you need. And if you can return it afterwards, that'll save you time and money. But check out the car and you can see what I got going on here. So I've gone ahead and taped out all of my camo graphics that I'm gonna lay down with the black first. We're gonna mask off all these open areas and just spray our black on here, but we gotta scuff it down first. Before we start scuffing, I'll give you guys a little tour and show you the whole car with all the graphics laid down. Make your things big, your patterns big, and it'll look way cooler. So there you have the driver's side. I'm kind of making the ones by the fender, making it look like it's going fast, trying to give it some motion with the graphics too. And you can see I'm trying to cover up all the rusty areas with my black on the quarters, etc. That way, if I want to touch these up or fix them, I can just spray bomb black over them and that'll fix that. There's the driver's side, goes all the way up the trunk, and then all the way around the back end of the car.
It's amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded?
We got cameraman Riker in the house again. All right, buddy, there you go. You're recording. So we'll walk around the Subaru and show you what I did up to this point. So as you can see down here, I took some masking tape and I kind of marked out all my graphics. And then I started to scuff it down with 320 grit sandpaper. So what do you think, cameraman?
It looks cool.
Looks cool, yeah. So I started back here, you can see, putting wrapping paper on it to try to mask it off, but it's taking forever. So I think what I'm gonna do is just get some Bristol board and hold it up against the lines and just start spraying that way, and we'll see how that works out for us. That way I don't have to mask off the entire car, right?
Yeah.
Because that'll take forever. All right, guys and girls, we got the Rustoleum satin black that we're gonna be laying down first onto the Subi. I got some random cardboard and some Bristol board that I can hold up against the lines and hopefully be able to spray it that way without having to mask the car off. So let's grab the black, put on our mask. We got a fan back there and we'll start spraying. Alright, I guess I gotta tape it all off. Well, I had to do a little reset there. Using the cardboard, I still was getting a little bit of overspray onto the white, and I didn't like that. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and mask off all the patterns and all the shapes. But it'll take a little bit longer than I expected. Not a big deal. I wanna do a decent job, but we can always clean off the overspray later on, but I don't wanna have a ton of it. So let's go ahead, keep masking off and start spraying. finally all masked off. Let's go lay down the black on the driver's side, all the way around the back, the hood, and then tomorrow I'll get ready to lay down the gray, but I'll time lapse it for you guys so you guys can just see the whole paint job. And yeah, if you're doing this at home, you can try the cardboard technique if you want. You'll get a little bit of overspray, but if you take your time and mask it off, it's a lot easier. Day 2, guys. That was a mission yesterday, but I know how I'm gonna tackle today doing the gray. I went and picked up some clear plastic. I'm gonna make my graphic outlines for the camo. Then I'm gonna lay the whole plastic sheet over top of the car and then cut out my patterns and tape to those lines. Because trying to do it with the cardboard yesterday just didn't work out. But here are the results of the satin black on the car. Results. Hey Luna. You're back in the shop for day 2, are ya? Meow. And there's the driver's side. Let's go ahead and start unmasking it. Gonna be straight up and honest with you guys. This is literally day 4. Got it all masked off finally, and you know, it takes a long time when you're working 8 hours a day as a fabricator, building cars, and then you come home and work for another 4 to 5 hours building cars, painting cars. So I'm exhausted. It's day 4. We're just kind of working the nights. We're ready to lay down the satin gray Rustoleum spray paint. Well, it's getting late, so let's just set you guys up on the tripod and I'll get some time lapse of me laying down the satin gray Rustoleum spray paint. There we have it, guys and girls. Got the gray patterns all laid out, and then we lay down our clear plastic sheets on top of this so that we can just trace out our shapes, cut it out with a razor blade, tape it down. It's pretty quick and easy doing it this way versus with paper and kind of masking off each individual one. So whatever you want to do, it's going to take you some time. Trust me. Taping, sanding, masking off, etc. is time consuming, but we got all of our gray graphics laid down on the car. I think it's going to look pretty sick. So let's get you guys on the tripod here and get you guys some cool time-lapse shots of me spraying the car. Guys and girls, we have got 2 coats of the satin gray Rustoleum lay down over the camo graphics. I gave it about 15 minutes. Sorry if it's a little loud in here. I got my heater on in the corner just to kind of get the paint to tack up a bit. It's pretty cold here in Ontario. So it's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna give it a third and final coat. And then we're finally done this camo Rustoleum paint job on my 2004 Subaru WRX. Leave a like if you guys are enjoying this video. And it's a lot of work. I'm having fun though. And I'm bringing one of my visions that I've had to life. I'll show the rendering here again. And yeah, we're starting to get closer to that vision and bring that into reality here. So there goes the heater, just turned it off. We're gonna crack the door, turn on the fans, and lay down a third and final coat. Yo. Welcome to the Mad Lab. We're finally done doing the Rustoleum camo paint. That's our third and final coat of the satin gray Rustoleum. We got the black below that and the white as our base. Tomorrow I'll unmask it and show you guys the end result. So I am stoked. That was a lot of work, but it is finally complete. Give you guys a little walk around in this stage here before I unmask it. Done. Took a couple of days, just kind of picked away a couple hours every night, but we got the gray, the black, and the white as our base. So it's time to unmask the Subaru and pull it outside and see how the camouflage Rustoleum paint job turned out. Let's start unmasking this thing. That is gonna look so sick, but I am digging the results so far. Nice. Done. Finito. Completo. Whatever you want to call it. Check this out, guys and girls. Do a little walk around inside here, and then we'll pull it outside and we'll see what it looks like out in the sun. Yeah, sun's starting to set, but we should have enough sun to pull it outside and see how it looks. But check it out, guys. It's all unmasked. We got a bunch of overspray on the window. Well, not a bunch. It just comes off with your fingers. But we got to wash the car down later on. And there's a couple areas where obviously we got some overspray on, like there and on the fender here, but not a big deal. We'll just be able to wet sand that out. But that satin gray turned out awesome. I love the color contrasting with the black, the satin black. Bunch of dirt right now, so yeah, the colors turned out amazing. And let's pull it outside and see how it looks. So rad. The backside looks so cool.
You did it.
Look cool coming down the street? Does it look funny?
Sounds good.
Does sound good, eh? Subaru's all done. That was a fun paint job. A little bit more time consuming than I expected, but the results are epic. I think it looks amazing. Cost me about $100 to do the whole paint job, and depending on what colors you do, it might cost you more, but that's Canadian dollars. If you stayed around to the end, I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play